when it comes to manifesting and visualizing, the magic is in the moment, is in the present. That's why the present is a gift. Aha. But it really is just we
Yes.
have to envision like things are we already living it. And I just want to add a key that people often forget. We have to immerse ourselves in the things that we want to bring into our life.
Hi, I am Donna McDine, and welcome to the Energy of Serenity podcast. Here we unleash empowerment through the power of the word. Join me and my guests as we share stories, tools, and insights to help you feel grounded and aligned. Let's dive in. Hello and welcome. This is Donna McDine of the Energy of Serenity podcast. I have a beautiful friend here with me this evening, Edward Ragosta, and I probably just butchered your last name, Edward, and I want to welcome you to the show.
Thank you very much. Edward Ragosta, but that was very close. You did very well.
Okay, great. Bravo. So before we get underway with our beautiful conversation, I want to tell the listeners a bit about you. Edward is a psychic medium, an animal communicator with over 4 decades of devoted practice, specializing in the sacred art of the Tarot. Guided by spirit, he has developed a distinctive system to interpret and translate collective energetic patterns, offering refined insight through his social platforms. As a soul messenger host, Edward's work is rooted in singular mission to awaken self-awareness, empower personal transformation, and support others in embodying the life their soul has come here to live. Wow.
I know.
Talk about an empowering bio. I'm just, my energy just raises reading it. So I really want to delve into what was the pivotal moment of your life that you knew you had this innate ability to connect with spirit and to help transform other people's lives along with it.
Okay. So first I want to say I believe everyone is psychic. Okay? It's not just for the chosen few. I feel that people who have developed it over past lives, if one believes in that, then they're just more innate, but it still can be learned, just like you go to a gym and you work a muscle. So when I was a wee lad in school, I would know when my classmates were lying, which did not make me popular, but I knew something was up. And being raised Catholic, I would have visitations, but I didn't understand it. I didn't really have anyone to tell me what was going on. So this is a fun story. So I was taken to a priest to be blessed, which was fine. You know, the cross, the holy water, fine. But I didn't have the heart to tell him that the people who were visiting me was the same people that he was blessing me with. So be it. So time goes on, and I met someone. This is 1985. I met someone who I feel was fated. He was into astrology, and I was always drawn to the tarot cards, the visual of the tarot cards, and I just started from there. And then in 1987, I started to do free readings, and then went from there. Once I felt I had enough stuff, I went from there.
That's beautiful. And I love that you didn't rush your process either. You took that time to really connect with the Tara, and knowing that you were definitely observing life differently than your school peers. I find it absolutely fascinating that you did not allow your true path to be pushed to the side because of being different from your classmates?
Well, there was a time when I actually shut down.
Okay.
That was due to the wonderful movie. I think it was Poltergeist. Actually, this is the '80s,
Okay.
and I shut down. Which, by the way, is very accurate. It's just that they don't show up disfigured. Who wants to show up
Okay.
disfigured? You don't show up disfigured. That was for the movies, but everything else about that was pretty accurate. So I shut down, and then they would enter in my dreams because they knew I didn't really want to shut down. So that was like, all right.
Okay.
Then I gave in.
You got that nudge from spirit
They were
through your
just visiting
dreams,
my
like,
dreams.
come on,
Like, all right,
Edward.
here we go. Which is very fun. Dream work.
So in your journey of learning the tarot and really listening to the messages from spirit, how did you become an animal communicator?
Well, that's just because of my love of animals. Because
Okay.
basically all I'm doing is energy reading.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading the energy of people, so why not the energy of animals? And I love animals. So
And that's
just
beautiful.
transitioned into that because I just love animals.
Right. And so when a human owner of their pet comes to you, do they come with the aspect where obviously they must believe in the communication with spirit, but do they get anxious during the reading as you're sensing the energy?
Yes. Sometimes they believe, sometimes they're at their wits' end, right? Because they've tried everything else. And animals are extremely amusing as far as I'm concerned. And they have a lot of dirt to tell about their owners. Going on with their animal companion is what's going on with their human. So it ends up being more of a reading for the human than for the animal, but they mean well. So whatever gets them there to piece, fine.
To piece that all together, and very much so, a human's relationship with their furry familiar is very much like human to human.
Absolutely.
Of really learning to pay attention to what your animal is saying.
Yeah. Because they're just responding to our energy.
Oh, they definitely do. My daughter, her and her fiance's cat, he responds to the energy so often, and he'll actually come in the room while I'm facilitating a Reiki session, and he just wants to be in the room. And he always circles the table 3 times, and then he goes to sit on the recliner chair in the corner of the room. And it's just amazing to me. And then he gets up and then he just leaves the room when he doesn't disturb anything. He just wants to be in that room and feel that beautiful healing energy.
It also sounds like he's assisting you in holding space.
Yes, he definitely does. There was one instance where he was on the chair, and as soon as he got up, I knew he was going to jump on the table. So I said to my client, he's going to jump. And she said, that's okay. And of course, as agile as cats are, he landed right alongside her, stretched his body out, laid there for about maybe 3-4 minutes, got up, kind of nuzzled his head into her hip, hopped off the table and left the room.
Now, was she having problems with her hip?
Yes, she was.
See, they know. It's all energy, vibration. They know.
And it's amazing.
And there is healing power in their purrs, the vibration of the purr. It's amazing.
It's simply amazing. And when people really take that time out and really realize that the different purring or the nudging up, they know what they're doing to help you. And it's incredible. And it never seems to cease to amaze me.
I think that's wonderful that you do that with your animal companion.
Yeah. I really like it when Louie's here in the house. So it works beautifully. So when a human being comes with you for themselves as a sitter, when you are reading for them, are you very intentional of how you're wording to them the message that's coming through? Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yes,
And
because
could you walk us
I want to
through a
help. I don't
session?
want to scare them.
Right.
So what I try to do
So
is I
when a
try to
sitter,
help people help themselves. So we get to whatever
yes.
the root of the issue is. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Mhm. And I love that you're guiding them with their reading how they can help themselves. It gives them such empowerment.
What it's all about.
Beautiful. So when someone's sitting with you and it may be their first time they've ever been read from someone or the first time they've experienced with you, what is your process to get them to like roll off the day and to be present in the reading?
Well, there's the first time speech about free
Mhm.
will. And
Yes.
even though I've been doing this for many moons, I will tell them, but they still can say yes or no. They never
Mhm.
lose free will.
Right. And that is also empowering for the individual that because of at that moment when messages are coming through from spirit for them, that that's not the definitive outcome. They can change their track by making their own decisions.
Often I'm asked how accurate I am, and I say 75% because
Okay.
I leave the other 25% for free will. That if the
Right.
person changes their mind or way of thinking, that can very often change the outcome.
Absolutely. And if the sitter doesn't take any types of steps to change the direction of their life, that's free will too. And that oftentimes, if you don't take those baby steps, those action steps, you're halting your progress. And it doesn't matter what came through at that given moment. If you don't take with what resonates with you and to move forward, then you kind of stay in that same spot.
Yes. I try to be as
Yeah.
specific as possible and as intentional as possible. So they actually get
Mm.
homework of what they need to
Oh,
do
I love
to
that.
accomplish what they want to accomplish. And often
I
and
love
often I
that.
will give them a meditation, a guided meditation, so you can continue the reading on your own, whatever issue.
And, right. And with the guided meditation, it really provides the opportunity for that particular individual to quiet their mind, to let go of the busyness of the day, and to go inward and start to hear their own messages coming through. So I love it that you give them action steps for them to follow through on to continue to cultivate their
Well,
energy.
I feel it's important because they need something concrete.
Yes. Yeah. Because we live in such a world that do, that to provide someone a little bit of guidance that, you know what, this guided meditation will be good for you. And to just really process it through. That's beautiful because it really keeps that energy, that momentum going from the reading. So, do you have clients that come to you on a regular basis?
I do. It's not. It's whenever usually people ask me when should I come back, and then I jokingly say
Mhm.
it's bad business for me to say, but there is no time set limit. You will know.
Yes. And I love that, Edward, because that is very similar to the response I provide to my Reiki clients. That it's not, oh, yes, I have to see you every other week or I have to see you every week. It is up to your guidance, your intuition. You'll know when you need to be back.
That's right. So often, if
And
someone's going through something, it would be more on a regular basis, and then when it's not needed, then I don't see them for a while, which is perfectly fine.
right, which is beautiful in that aspect as well, because you know that they're out there living their life and making their choices to blossom the life that they truly want to create for themselves.
And in the spiritual concept, it's a win-win. If I help them, I help themselves. I help myself, I should say.
Gotcha. Yeah. And so when you're reading for a sitter and you're providing those beautiful messages coming through, how is your energy during it? Do you find that your energy gets lifted up
I actually get high. I get high because I get in that energy. I go into a different time zone. Time, I have no concept of time. That's why I have a timer for the readings. I have no concept of time.
Right, because it's fleeting. And our time frame, our clock is here for Earth. Spirit doesn't have that timetable at all.
No. So basically, I'm in the past, the present, and the future all at the same time to be able to slide wherever needed.
Yes. And I always find that so fascinating to be able to do that. And it really amplifies the reading itself too, as your energy is rising along with it. So on an energetic level, what do you feel that empowerment is for the individual sitting across from you?
That's a different answer for different people. Let me try to give a blanket answer to that.
Okay.
I would say, if we had to do it in a nutshell, that they are actually comfortable in their own skin.
Yes. And I love that, because oftentimes we're not comfortable in our own skin, depending on the circumstance that we're in.
Including myself.
Right. And when people start to realize on that energy connection that not everybody has it all together 110% of the time. We have our own self-doubts, and we have days where I got this, and other days like, whoa, what happened today?
Right. Well, I often say little things about myself just to put people at ease. And one of the things that I jokingly say is that I used to call myself a professional worrier without a paycheck. And now I am a professional worrier with a paycheck, and it is better.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that it's true, but it's one of the things that I say to put people at ease.
Right, because when we're humble about our own highs and lows, our difficulties, our celebrating times, people start to realize that a lot that is shown out there through social media, in the news, it's a facade at times. And it's okay to have an off day. And it's human. It's what we're here to experience and to go through and to hopefully learn through the down times. And so when you're meeting with people, whether it's an individual or in a gallery, does the energy change from a one-on-one to a gallery type setting? And for the listeners out there, what I mean by a gallery setting, it's like 15 to more people in the room where Edward is doing readings.
Actually, it's the same, because I'm just zoning in on their energy. And I've learned through the years to block out everything. I've actually done readings in a disco. If I can block out, I mean, I'm aging myself, I know. But if I can do readings with that music blasting, so that was, I mean, that just, just happened at the time, but it was a good tool, and then I could block out whatever I need to. So that's why it's the same for me.
And with your ability of being able to block out the other noises that are going around in the background during either a one-on-one session or a gallery session, do you find that the time goes even faster for you?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. Like,
so
doing a gallery, like 2 hours, it seems like 2 minutes to me. Right. You're in the zone.
And because I've had the privilege of sitting in on one of your gallery sessions, and I'm an observer. I love watching the other people in the room as to their reaction, what information and messages you're providing to them. And what I love to see is that healing of someone that's sitting there that needed to hear this beautiful message from a past loved one. And when their look changes over their face is just so enlightening. It's so heartwarming. And it's incredible how the power of those words that get delivered to the recipient, how it lightens the energy in the room. The energy elevates, but it's lighter. It's not like this heavy energy that's sitting in the room. We've known each other for quite a few years now, and I know that you are very intentional on how you speak with people in a casual setting and in your professional line of work. What does the power of the word mean to you on a personal basis?
Well, we're all a work in progress, but that also includes our inner dialogue. When we're alone, or when we're trying to fall asleep and then the mind goes. that's when it's time to meditate if you can't fall asleep. But there really is power in our words and in our thoughts. So
I always call it slaying the inner naysayer, because the way we speak to ourselves, we would never speak to another person the way we do. We're so hard on ourselves. And I love that you brought it in that when the mind starts to race, that's the time to meditate.
Absolutely.
And to further push away. I often,
from quoting Hocus Pocus, I call that the run amok.
Oh
where
my
our mind
gosh,
just
I love
races
that.
and thinks all the things that can go wrong.
Right. And when we start to go down that rabbit hole of everything that could possibly go wrong, we forget what's going right, what is going smoothly in our life, and the blessings that we have. And to really lasso those positivities and really fill ourselves with gratitude, it just calms the mind so we could sleep better.
Right. That's when we have to pull ourselves back into the present moment, think about the day, all the good things. Start with I woke up. Start there. Yeah. If you can't think of anything, but you can always find something. Sometimes
Definitely.
it's easier than others, but still, if it's needed.
And I love that you said start the day off with thanking that you woke up, because each time we wake up, it's a gift of the present day.
It is a gift. And what are we going to do with that day?
Right. And then we should not worry about what went wrong the previous day or the week before. Let's just put our best foot forward for this day that we have at this present moment. And to be present, what does that mean to you, to be present in the moment?
When it comes to manifesting and visualizing, the magic is in the moment, is in the present. That's why the present is a gift. Aha. But it really is just we have to envision like things are we already living it. And I just want to add a key that people often forget. We have to immerse ourselves in the things that we want to bring into our life. For instance, you want a new car? Go look at the cars that you want. Go into the car, test drive it if you can. Immerse yourself in that energy and remember how you feel during that moment, because that's the energy you want to focus on.
And I love that what a beautiful action step for the listeners to really grab onto, that immerse yourself in what you desire, what you want to create, and make those steps towards it. Because we could sit here and say all day long, oh, I want to drive this beautiful car that I've just seen. But if you don't do anything.
That might work for some, but for majority, it doesn't.
No,
so that's that added step. Take us over the victory. Take us over to that victory lap.
And I love that. Take yourself over the victory. Get over that line. Because when we really start to achieve what we want to accomplish, there's no other, it's a
Oh,
wonderful
and
feeling
it's like
that,
a snowball
wow.
effect. It's a momentum. If I can do that, then I can do
Yeah.
this. It just
Yeah.
keeps going.
Yeah. So for the listeners out there, what can they truly expect from a reading with you?
Hmm.
I know we tapped onto it a little bit at the beginning,
Well,
but I really want you to
when I
bring that
start
forth.
a reading, I always ask the person what they would like to find out. Because it's one of my pet peeves to have a reading, which I have, and never got to what I wanted to find out. So that's how I start the reading. So it immediately makes people think. I am over the moon thrilled when people actually come with a list of questions, because then I attack it.
Yeah.
I just attack it. We just go right down the line. And if there's an issue, usually there's overlapping issues, then we attack that.
Mhm. So listeners out there, when you connect with Edward, make sure you bring your list, because it's to me it's very similar to, you have your concerns when you go to your doctor but you don't write it down, and then you leave your doctor's appointment, you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't ask him this and this. And because you're so excited to be in this reading, to be sitting across from Edward, and our lives are busy, so to be focused with that good old list that comes out, it, your reading will be that much more jubilant, because you really hit on what your deepest questions
Right.
are.
Now, sometimes people are going through something, so of course they know that. And
Right.
I can do a reading where they just say, I just want to see what comes up, which is fine with me because I could talk a bird out of a bush, so that's no problem for me.
I love that visual. So before we conclude with our lovely chat that we've had, is there anything else you want to share with the listeners, and where can they connect with you online?
Oh, sure. So, Facebook, Instagram, my website, which I just started to do short videos under 3 minutes
Nice.
for
Very good.
time or attention.
And then do you do all your readings online, or are you available in person as
So
well?
telephone, online, Zoom, and then in person at Light Club Curiosity Shop in Warwick, New York, most Saturdays and Sundays.
Beautiful. And for the listeners out there, Edward's handles for social media and his website will be in the show notes, so you'll be able to connect with him that way. Um, Edward, our time together has just flown
Thank you.
by.
Can I just say one
And
quick thing? I just want to give a
please,
preview into the year that we're coming into because
oh yes, please
it's
do.
actually very exciting. So the system that I utilized was given to me through Spirit, and it utilizes the tarot because I just love the whole system of the tarot. So we personally go through cycles of seasons just like Mother Nature does. So on April 17th, we start with the Aries new moon. Every year we start a new year. It launches, and we start anew. So then it's spring, even for those on the southern hemisphere, even though they're experiencing autumn season. It's still so spring is a time to plant your energetic seeds. Summer is a time to when things start to bloom. Autumn is when we harvest, make that dough, make that money. And then winter, we reflect, we rest, and get ready for the next year. So we were in a year that was very reflective. It was Virgo. And a lot of people woke up to their life purpose, soul purpose, mission. We're going into a year of faded movement. So this is very exciting. So we have to pace ourselves because it'll be a fast paced year. Pace yourself, make sure you're getting enough rest, relaxation, downtime. There's no lack of activity this coming year. So I'm actually very excited about
Okay.
that.
That's beautiful. And listeners, pay attention to that too, of your self-care, of the proper
Yes,
rest and
pace yourself
nutrients and hydration.
and build
Yeah.
into your schedule rest, downtime, de-stressing. whatever works for you. Just build it into
That's
your
so
schedule.
important.
Because we don't want to burn out.
Beautiful. No, because then if we do, then we just kind of get depleted and we push everything that we've been trying to strive for to the side because we're just not taking care of
I
ourselves.
just want to say one more thing.
So
and then it's all based on because it's based on the energy that we're working with for the new year. It's based on our comfort zone. So what we allow. So we have to let those walls of resistance down so the universe can give us what we deserve. I say, bring it, universe, bring it.
Beautiful. I love that. Bring it on. Bring it on. Oh my goodness. So listeners out there, in the show notes, you'll be able to see all Edward's contact information and that he's at the Light Club Curiosity Shop in Warwick, New York on most Saturdays and Sundays, correct? Yes. Fabulous. Absolutely beautiful, Edward. And I love this empowering conversation, especially of the free will and really setting the tone of empowerment for people, that you have the power to change your life with your deepest desires and your action steps.
And we're never alone.
Phenomenal.
Not in a creepy way, but we're never alone, even though we think we are.
Right. Yeah, and it's true. We are never alone. We just have to quiet our mind down to do that connection. Yeah. So beautiful, Edward. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm looking forward to staying connected, and have a beautiful, beautiful rest of the day.
You too. Thank you very much. Thank you to the listeners as well.
Thank you for tuning in to the Energy of Serenity podcast. I appreciate you taking the time to explore the power of the word, mindfulness, and calming practices with me. My gift to you is $10 off any Energy of Serenity service, class, or product when you opt in to the Energy of Serenity newsletter at energyofserenity.com/newsletter and enter coupon code THANKYOU-EOS, all lowercase. If today's episode resonated, please subscribe and engage in the comments. Until next time, may your energy be serene and your words be empowered. Namaste.